If you have been practicing meditation, watching YouTube videos on meditation, you might have come across something called frequency music or binaural tones. The idea is these frequencies or tones can bring about both physical and mental changes in the human body. Today I wanted to give you a little bit more background on what these are and why they may benefit your meditation practice. The idea was popularized in Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural, which is a really great read if you haven't read it before. But the idea has been around for much longer. In the 1950s, a German scientist determined that the electromagnetic waves of the Earth's atmosphere resonate at a frequency of 8 Hertz. But they can also sometimes spike to higher frequencies. They called this 8 Hertz the Earth's heartbeat. And it was given the name the Schumann resonance after the scientist who discovered it. The human brain also has various resonant frequencies. A good, healthy, waking brain predominantly produces alpha brainwaves. In an alpha brainwave state, we feel at ease, we feel calm. In this state, we can accomplish many tasks. We don't really feel anxious, and it is the best state for learning. Practices such as deep breathing and meditation can increase the amount of alpha brainwave activity that we have. Interestingly, alpha brainwaves are in a very similar frequency range as are the Earth's heartbeat, close to that 8 Hertz. Perhaps this is the reason why we feel so well aligned inside and with the Earth around us after performing a meditation. We, like the Earth, operate at alpha waves. If our brains are operating more in a beta wave state, this is a higher frequency. We are generally more anxious feeling or on high alert. It is okay for us to be in this beta wave state for a very short period of time, but you shouldn't be in there for extended periods of time. It's much better to be dominated by alpha waves. Similarly to the Earth, it can have those spikes, but its ideal is in that 8 Hertz range. So how does all of this relate to the frequency music that you see on YouTube? The frequencies you see are maybe 432 Hertz, sometimes 528, sometimes 852 Hertz. So what do these all mean? Because clearly they aren't the 8 Hertz frequency that we just talked about. In reality, the human ear cannot hear 8 Hertz, and probably for good reason, as our lives would be very annoying if we could hear 8 Hertz. So the frequency music is at what we call the Solfeggio frequency. This frequency is in harmony with that Schumann frequency of the 8 Hertz. I'm not going to go into detail about what a harmony is, but if you've ever heard 2 notes played on a piano, when they sound good together, that are in harmony, and when they have that really annoying sounding noise we call dissonance, then they're not in harmony. There's plenty of information online if you want to actually understand what is going on with the waves when they are in harmony. But these Solfeggio frequencies are thought to have those positive effects on the human body and human brain. There is a little bit of research that we've had into this area, but it is still very limited. Interestingly, these frequencies were used in a lot of the ancient traditional musics and spiritual practices. Old instruments were tuned to that 432 Hertz. Nowadays, we are using a slightly different frequency to tune our music, but it is still very dominated in our world. There was a study in the late 80s that showed that Sanskrit and Gregorian chants had positive impact on DNA and its ability to perform some of the various functions. So I'll give you a list of some of the 6 most common frequencies that you might see and what impact they might have. A common one that we see is 432 Hertz. This is known to slow the heart rate, emit feelings of joy and well-being. It is the perfect accompaniment for something like yoga or meditation, or even when you're trying to fall asleep. This is the same frequency that those ancient musical instruments were tuned to. At 528 Hertz, There has been some studies that show that it can actually have healing effects on the body. It reduces stress in the nervous and endocrine systems, decreases the toxic effects of ethanol, which is our alcohol that we drink, and there was one study that showed it actually increased a cell's life by 20%. This music at 528 makes really good energizing and all-day mood-lifting music. 396 Hertz focuses more on removing fears, anxieties, and negativity from our lives. Use this when you need power and motivation. At 639 Hertz, people have found that this helps them balance their emotions. It is good for communicating love and positivity and feeling connected to those around you. Getting up to 741 Hertz, this is great for problem solving, for creativity, and as well as our intuition. Finally, 852 Hertz is often what they call the God frequency. It is known to help people connect with their spiritual side, their sense of higher self, any spirit guides. So again, if you're looking for something that's really focused on intuition and higher power, 852 is a great frequency to listen to. As you notice, there is some overlap, and you may come across different research or different descriptions of some of these frequencies. So I think the best way is to try them for yourselves and see how you like it. My only caveat is be very careful when listening to this before bed. The research that we have is limited to short extents of time of listening to this music, and we don't really have enough information about how vibrations and frequencies influence the body over extended periods of time. I hope this has been helpful. I will be posting a few guided frequency meditations for you to try out, as well as all the regular good meditations that we know are fantastic for the body and mind. Please, if you've enjoyed this, do like and comment. It helps the algorithm so much. Until next time, my beautiful humans, goodbye.